This time on Low Boost, we're doing a budget big brake upgrade on our BMW E36 Turbo LS Swap. So now the GMW makes a lot more power than it did when it was just a regular old E36. We gotta do something about the brakes. Instead of spending all that big kind of money to get a big brake kit or upgrade to even M3 brakes, which are bigger than the 325 brakes, we're gonna do a different type of upgrade today that's even cheaper but bigger. We're gonna upgrade to the brakes off of an e46 330i. It'll be a direct bolt-on, and they're significantly bigger than the brakes we have on now, and they're bigger than the e36 M3 brakes. But I wanna paint them red first, so let's see what they look like. So these brakes are actually significantly bigger and a really good upgrade comparatively to what the E36 M3 brakes are. So these are off of an E46 330i. They're a little dirty, but they're in good shape. I got them off of eBay. I didn't think they were coming with brake pads, but they actually came with them. So all I really need to get is rotors. These were cheap. I got them for 90 bucks shipped with pads. So all I need to do is get rotors. So this is a cheap big brake upgrade for the E36. Took them apart, sanded them down as much as I could and primed them. They actually came with pads. Next will be the red paint. You can tell just by looking at the caliper that it is significantly bigger, and we'll see what it looks like when we actually get the old caliper off. So let's get going on that. So I did this the easy way. I just took the two bolts off the back of the caliper and just took the whole caliper bracket and the caliper off together. Then we just take off our rotor guide. And that actually came off a little easier than I was hoping. That was not I did it first and then showed you for the camera. That's exactly how it came off. But these rotors were really, they've been on this car for a while, so it's due for an upgrade. And the new ones are nice. They're not like anything crazy, but the FCP Euro Zimmerman bad boys. So these hubs are new. I had to actually replace the hubs when I got the car. So just gonna put some anti-seize on it. We'll put the new rotor on. These are just FCP Euro Special Zimmerman ones. You can just see from the size, significantly bigger than the one that came off. Just take a look. Significantly bigger. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I put out a video every week about cars, whether it's my E36 Turbo LS Swap, my C5 Corvette that I have as a track car. I also got a 1966 Ford Mustang that I'm working on, and a 1953 Ford F100 pickup truck that I'm restoring with my father. I do a bunch of other videos and reviews on all the car parts I throw on all my vehicles, so make sure you guys stay tuned and stay up to date. Hit that notification button. Now the new caliper does have a bigger piston, and that will help with clamping pressure. But the real big thing is you want to be able to dissipate the heat. And the bigger the rotor, the more surface area you have, the better it is that you can actually dissipate that heat. And that's what we're doing. Just a little heads up, when you're doing these, the calipers themselves will cross-reference with the X3 from this generation as well as the Z4. Those calipers were used in different models, but the caliper bracket will not match up if it's the wrong one. So the caliper set that I got actually was off of an X3, and the caliper brackets didn't match up. So I had to go get some caliper brackets that are for an e46 330i. So when you're buying these things, just make sure you get everything off of an e46 330i. I want to make sure we torque everything down to spec. Front caliper bolts are, caliper bracket bolts are 81 foot-pounds. All right, I'll put the new pads on and the caliper. Actually nice and spread to help you do stuff. Sometimes I just put a socket in there to actually help my caliper spreader go along. And just don't forget to take it out when you're done, and it works just fine. Down. Oh, spilling. Spilling, that's okay. I'm actually going to reuse the original brake line because the one in the 330i is really, really long. So we'll just keep it consistent with what it was. So, put this on. So it's on there now. Looks a hell of a lot better than it did. I'll throw the wheel on now and you guys can see what it looks like. For size reference, these are original OEM contours off of the M3. To get a size idea. I don't know about you, but yeah, I got an impact, but I just like to guide these on by hand. All it takes is one ugga-dugga cross-threaded and your hub is shot. So I like to do it by hand and then I torque it down by hand. Taking them off, yeah, I zip them off with the torque wrench, with the impact gun. If you're gonna torque stuff down, you wanna make sure you use a good torque wrench. I got this torque wrench right here. It's good for like 250 to 270 foot-pounds. The thing is awesome. It's long. It's got a, I use it on my track car, torquing anything down, even torque down my cylinder heads with it. It's great. I'll put a link to it in the description below. You guys can get it. It's super cheap. So there you have it. I mean, still gotta do the other side, but don't need to show you this twice. So that is E36. This is my E36 Turbo LS swap with e46 330i brakes and just your FCP Euro Zimmerman rotors. Just clears. Looks pretty cool too. So been driving the car for a little while now with these brakes. Definitely, I have absolutely no fade, no problems coming from a stop from, you know, higher speeds. But it definitely lines up good. If you have the only thing I would say is if you have bigger wheels, then it's fine. But on these 17-inch contours, if somebody wanted to put a wheel balancer there, it might hit. So you gotta make sure that they balance the wheel on the other side or do it a different way. But other than that, it is pretty straight, works out great. So again, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.